Kody and Robyn on the brink. Sister Wives star admits his marriage may not survive. 4 years, Kody Brown has preached faith, family, and plural love, but now, that dream is collapsing. As the dust settles from 3 divorces, Kody finds himself facing the one thing he never expected, being alone. In a shocking new episode of Sister Wives, Kody finally admits he's confronting emotional trauma and even questions if his marriage to Robyn can survive the fallout. Could this be the end of the Brown family legacy as we know it? Let's break it down. This is Reality Replay. Welcome back to Reality Replay, your home for everything Sister Wives, the truth, the tension, and the turning points that keep fans talking. In today's episode, we're diving deep into Kody Brown's emotional confession that has fans stunned. After years of chaos, heartbreak, and fractured relationships, Kody and Robyn are now the last couple standing, but even that stability is starting to crumble. According to a recent Primetimer feature, Kody opened up about his emotional trauma and the painful question that keeps haunting him. Does Robyn still value me now that we're not living plural marriage anymore? The fall of plural love. For over a decade, fans watched Kody balance life with 4 wives, Meri, Janelle, Christine, and Robyn, all bound by faith and family. But what started as an experiment in spiritual unity turned into a storm of jealousy, broken trust, and deep emotional wounds. Christine was the first to walk away in 2021, declaring she could no longer live in a marriage where love and respect were one-sided. Janelle soon followed, frustrated by years of emotional neglect. Meri, who had clung to hope for reconciliation, finally admitted defeat after Kody said the words no wife ever wants to hear. I have no desire to have a relationship with you. And then there were 2. Kody and Robyn, once seen as the power couple of Sister Wives, suddenly found themselves in a new kind of marriage, a monogamous one. But this was never what Robyn signed up for. Robert's revelation. In the Primetimer article, Robyn reveals something heartbreaking. While I love Kody, I did not ever intend or expect or want to have him to myself. I always wanted to live plural marriage. I wanted to live my religion. That single line speaks volumes. Robyn didn't want to be the last wife standing. She joined this family for community, shared faith, and sisterhood. But now, she's the only one left, and it's nothing like what she envisioned. Imagine living your dream, only to watch it turn into a completely different reality. For Robyn, that's what's happening. Kody's trauma. Kody admits he's dealing with emotional trauma, a phrase we rarely hear from him. For a man who has often tried to appear strong, confident, and in control, this is a major moment of vulnerability. He confesses he's unsure whether his value to Robyn has changed now that their spiritual marriage isn't plural anymore. In his mind, the covenant they shared included the other wives, a web of connections, responsibilities, and shared faith that defined who he was. Without that structure, Kody seems lost. The move toward monogamy feels less like a fresh start and more like an identity crisis. He's asking himself the question fans have been wondering for years. Who is Kody Brown without plural marriage? And more importantly, who is Kody Brown to Robyn now? As the family home is sold and everyone drifts apart, Kody and Robyn face the harsh truth. Their once tight unit has fallen apart. Robyn is trying to hold on, but Kody's emotional baggage is growing heavier. Years of tension, rejection, and guilt have caught up to him. The fractures in his family are now seeping into his only remaining marriage. What's left is a partnership built on survival, not joy. Robyn's tears on screen say it all. She feels isolated, overwhelmed, and spiritually adrift. And Kody, he looks like a man haunted by the ghosts of his own decisions. It's a powerful question because it goes beyond television. It's about identity, faith, and what happens when the foundation you built your life on begins to crumble. Can love exist when its structure is gone? Can a relationship built in a plural system thrive when it becomes monogamous by default? These are questions Kody and Robyn must answer, not just for themselves, but for the millions who follow their journey since day one. Here's the truth. Kody Brown is finally facing something he can't control. His marriages, his image, his faith structure, all gone. What's left is just Kody, Robyn, and a lifetime of consequences. For the first time, fans are seeing the cracks in their so-called strongest marriage. And if this emotional unraveling continues, the Browns might face their final season as a family divided, with Kody and Robyn questioning whether love alone can hold them together. What do you think? Is Kody truly ready to face his emotional trauma, or is this another chapter in the never-ending Brown family heartbreak? Sister Wives Season 20, the Brown family's final collapse. Kody faces his own truth. 4 wives, 1 man, and a dream that once symbolized unity, love, and faith. But in Season 20 of Sister Wives, that dream has shattered completely. The Brown family story, once about building together, has turned into one of loss, separation, and quiet heartbreak. Janelle finally declares a spiritual divorce. Robyn cries over a future she never wanted. And Kody Brown? He's facing the hardest question of his life. What happens when you're the only one left? Stay tuned, because what we're seeing now isn't just reality TV. It's the emotional unraveling of a family that built its name on faith and togetherness. This is Reality Replay. In this episode, we're unpacking all the Sister Wives Season 20 revelations reported by E! Online. And trust us, this season pulls back every layer of pain and change the Browns have been hiding for years. It's a season of spiritual divorce, lost faith, broken dreams, and the question no one saw coming. Can Kody and Robyn survive the wreckage of what they built? The end of plural love. 4 years, fans watched Kody Brown manage 4 marriages, with Meri, Janelle, Christine, and Robyn, all bound together under one spiritual belief system. They live with the conviction that plural marriage wasn't just a choice, it was divine. But now, that system has completely collapsed. Janelle Brown, after nearly 3 decades of plural marriage, announces she's finally done. She tells cameras she's officially spiritually divorced from Kody, a decision she once didn't even know was an option. I had sort of thought about a spiritual divorce a long time ago, she admits, and I didn't even realize it was an option. That single line, soft, almost hesitant, says everything. 4 years, Janelle lived in the system because it was what she believed she had to do. But Season 20 shows her stepping into her own power, claiming the freedom to leave without anger, just finality. And for fans who followed her calm strength through seasons of tension, it feels like the quietest and most powerful exit of all. The family fracture. Janelle isn't the only one feeling the weight of disconnection. Her daughter, Madison Brush, shares an emotional update that reveals how deep the family's wounds run. She admits she's still waiting for her father, Kody, to make an effort to see her and her siblings, not as distant kids, but as family members longing for reconciliation. Madison says, if he just said, "Look, I understand I did blank wrong. I'm sorry. I feel like that would go such a long way." It's such a simple ask, but one that feels impossible in this family. Kody's relationships with his adult children have been strained for years. In Season 20, he finally admits it. I think most of the relationships between me and my adult children are strained. It's an issue of trash talk and innuendo, and it's challenged loyalties and trust on all sides. This is the moment Kody takes partial responsibility, but it's also clear he still doesn't fully understand the emotional damage left behind. The patriarch, once seen as confident, even controlling, now looks tired and uncertain. For the first time, fans are seeing a man who seems to have lost the family that once defined him. The Coyote Pass dream. Let's talk about Coyote Pass, the land that was supposed to unite the entire Brown family. 4 wives, 4 homes, 1 shared dream. It was the heart of their plan, the symbol of everything they were building together. But that dream, it's gone. In Season 20, Janelle finally admits the truth. Nobody really wanted to live out there. It's a stunning confession, one that rewrites years of storyline. The family invested time, money, and hope into that land, but as the relationships fell apart, so did the dream. Kody and Robyn make the final symbolic move. They sell their share of the property. And Kody says something that feels both heartbreaking and final. We've experienced a lot of heartache here. We want a new beginning, something different, something new. A new beginning. But the tone in his voice isn't excitement, it's defeat. Selling Coyote Pass isn't just a financial decision. It's the end of the Brown family's dream of unity. Robyn's nightmare. Now let's talk about Robyn, the last wife standing. From the beginning, Robyn was seen as the peacemaker, the wife who tried to bridge Kody's relationships and defend the family's plural vision. She entered the marriage with one goal: to live plural marriage in faith. In season 20, she confesses, "While I love Kody, I did not ever intend or expect or want to have him to myself. I always wanted to live plural marriage. I wanted to live my religion." That's not a line for the cameras. That's the sound of heartbreak. Robyn didn't want this. She didn't sign up for monogamy. She wanted sisterhood, connection, and faith. Now, she's the only one left, and it's not a victory. It's isolation. Kody, meanwhile, admits he doesn't even know how to define his new life. He says, "A polygamist is getting more than he wants, and a monogamist isn't getting enough." That's the line that sums up Kody's emotional confusion. He's not comfortable in either world. Too monogamous for his faith roots, too broken for a new start. Together, he and Robyn are living in a kind of limbo, a relationship haunted by the ghost of what used to be. The fall of the patriarch. Season 20 doesn't just expose family drama, it reveals Kody's unraveling. He's no longer the confident leader we saw in earlier seasons. Instead, he's defensive, emotional, and at times visibly lost. He acknowledges the trauma of losing 3 marriages, but also hints that his pride and pain keep him from healing. "I've experienced pain, emotional trauma," he admits, "and it's something I'm still working through." But fans notice. Every time the wives cry, Kody seems angry. Every time someone leaves, he blames them. Now, it's clear that anger was masking grief. For years, Kody was the center of a family of 20+. Now, he's standing in a quiet house with one wife who doesn't even want the role she has. The man who once said, "Love should be multiplied, not divided," is now living with division and none of the love he promised. By the time we reach the end of the online revelations, the picture is clear. Christine has moved on, remarried, radiant and rebuilding. Janelle has chosen independence and emotional peace. Meri has closed the door with grace, saying she deserves more than Kody could give. Robyn is left trying to piece together a new version of life that looks nothing like the faith she followed. And Kody, he's haunted by what he's lost, and uncertain if he ever truly understood the family he built. Each wife's journey now stands as a reflection of a universal truth. Sometimes, walking away isn't betrayal, it's survival. The meaning behind the chaos. Beyond the headlines, the sister wives story isn't just about relationships, it's about identity. When you strip away the cameras, the polygamy debates, and the drama, what's left are human beings trying to find peace in the middle of spiritual conflict. Season 20 forces every Brown family member, especially Kody, to look at themselves without the structure of plural marriage. For the first time, there's no faith shield, no sister wives to lean on, no big family home. Just individual people, facing who they really are. And that's what makes this season feel real. It's not just TV anymore, it's transformation, loss, and reckoning. So where does the Brown family go from here? Kody and Robyn say they want a new beginning, but the truth is, rebuilding after so much loss takes more than hope, it takes accountability. The wives have found freedom. The children are finding their own paths. And Kody, he's finally being forced to live with the choices that made this family crumble. Sister Wives, Kody's breaking point. How the family's faith, love, and legacy fell apart. It started as a family built on faith, trust, and love. A man, 4 wives, and a dream of spiritual unity. But after more than a decade in the spotlight, Sister Wives has transformed from a celebration of plural marriage into a study of heartbreak, loss, and the cost of devotion. This isn't just another TV season, this is the end of a legacy. Welcome back to Reality Replay, where we dive into the real emotions behind reality TV. The fall of the family dream. For years, Coyote Pass was more than property, it was the dream. Kody Brown envisioned a utopia, a single piece of land where all his wives and children could live together in harmony. Each wife would have her own home, but the families would be united. It was supposed to prove that plural marriage could work, that one man could love, lead, and balance multiple relationships under one roof of faith. But season 20 shows us the harsh truth. Coyote Pass became the graveyard of that dream. Janelle admitted, nobody really wanted to live out there. Even though the land was bought with shared hopes, reality set in. The families had grown apart, both emotionally and physically. The kids were older, the wives were independent, and the fractures between them were too deep to heal with shared soil. When Kody and Robyn sold the land, fans realized it wasn't just property changing hands. It was the final nail in the coffin of the Brown family's unity. Kody reflected, "We've experienced a lot of heartache here. We want a new beginning, something different, something new." But for a man whose identity was tied to being a husband of 4, new meant facing the unknown without the structure that once defined him. Robyn's loneliness, the wife who didn't want to be alone. When Robyn joined the family in 2010, she became the 4th and youngest wife, the symbol of renewal and spiritual completeness. Kody's affection for her reignited jealousy and insecurity among the other wives. But Robyn always said she believed in the plural lifestyle. Robyn once said, "I plan to live plural marriage. It's part of my faith and who I am." But now, over a decade later, she's the only one left. Christine is gone. Meri has moved on. And Janelle has declared her independence. The irony? Robyn, the wife who entered believing in plural marriage, is now trapped in monogamy she never wanted. Kody admitted the painful paradox. A polygamist is getting more than he wants, and a monogamist isn't getting enough. They're both mourning the same thing. The life they thought they'd have together and with others. In the latest episodes, Robyn breaks down in tears, saying she feels like a broken toy in the aftermath. She never imagined being the only one. Her faith told her marriage should be shared, but now she's left wondering, was the dream ever real? Janelle's freedom, choosing herself. Among the wives, Janelle's exit stands out for one reason: peace. She didn't storm out. She didn't make it messy. She simply chose herself. After years of trying to hold the family together, Janelle quietly accepted that love shouldn't be a constant negotiation. She revealed that she had considered a spiritual divorce long before anyone knew. "I had thought about a spiritual divorce a long time ago and didn't even realize it was an option." That single sentence carries years of emotional exhaustion. For Janelle, walking away wasn't rebellion. It was realization. She realized that she didn't have to keep sacrificing her own peace to maintain an idea that was already fading. And in a family where loyalty was everything, she discovered that sometimes loyalty to yourself is the most sacred vow of all. The children speak out. The children of the Brown family, once the beating heart of this plural marriage, are now finding their voices, and their words are filled with heartbreak. Kody admitted, "I think most of the relationships between me and my adult children are strained. It's an issue of trash talk and innuendo, and it's challenged loyalties and trust on all sides." He's not wrong, but he's not innocent either. Years of distance, tension, and broken promises have left his kids questioning who he really is. One of his daughters shared, "If he just said, 'Look, I understand I did blank wrong. I'm sorry,' I feel like that would go such a long way." It's the simplest apology, yet the hardest for Kody to give. In earlier seasons, he was the proud patriarch, confident, decisive, unshakable. But now, he's a man surrounded by echoes. His wives are gone. His children are distant. And his faith is being tested in ways he never expected. Meri's goodbye. "You can visit me if you want." Tone becomes nostalgic. Old footage of Meri and Kody from early seasons. Narrator: Meri Brown, Kody's first wife, his legal wife for many years, was once the cornerstone of this plural family. But their marriage, as viewers know, was the first to crumble. Kody once told her plainly, "I have no desire to have a relationship with you. You can stick around, you can come visit me and Robyn and the kids if you want, but we're never going to have a marriage again." It was a brutal admission, but also an honest one. Meri stayed longer than anyone expected, holding on to the faint hope that things could change. But in season 20, she finally lets go. Not in anger, but in peace. She tells the camera, "This is my story too, and I have the right to tell it." Those words symbolize her reclaiming her identity. After years of being defined by someone else's vision of love, Kody's reckoning. Kody Brown has spent over half his life trying to balance faith, marriage, and ego. But in season 20, we see a man stripped bare, grappling with regret, loneliness, and confusion. He's not the confident leader anymore. He's the man left behind by his own design. His wives have grown stronger, his children more independent, and his faith less certain. He says quietly, I don't know if I'm capable of being the man I used to think I was. It's one of the most honest moments in the entire series. For the first time, Sister Wives isn't about plural love. It's about the aftermath of human failure. Robyn and Kody alone together. As the dust settles, Robyn and Kody are left alone in a house that once symbolized hope. But now, it feels more like a monument to what they lost. Robyn confesses, "I never wanted this. I never wanted to be the only one." The irony is sharp. She's the last wife standing, yet she's lonelier than ever. Kody, once surrounded by love, now struggles with isolation. And though they share a home, it feels like they're both grieving separate things. Robyn mourns the sisterhood she believed in, and Kody mourns the control he's lost. It's a love story built on faith, now tested by emptiness. The meaning of freedom. Christine Brown is remarried and glowing. Janelle is finding peace and purpose. Meri is independent, rebuilding her business and identity. Each woman has chosen her version of freedom, and it's clear they're not looking back. Their journeys show us that even the most unconventional love stories can lead to transformation. What once seemed like the end is really just the beginning. The takeaway, a legacy of lessons. The Brown family story is no longer about polygamy. It's about growth, grief, and self-discovery. It's about realizing that sometimes faith isn't enough to hold people together. And love isn't about possession, it's about release. Season 20 isn't a failure. It's a reckoning, a reminder that family doesn't always stay the same, and that endings can be as meaningful as beginnings. This has been Sister Wives, the final chapter. The story of a family that taught us that even broken bonds can lead to new beginnings. I'm your host from Reality Replay, where we turn real stories into real conversations. Make sure to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more deep dives into the truth behind reality TV. Because sometimes, reality is the most dramatic story of all.